This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Roll call. Amy, Maggie Hebert.
Here.
Beth Rist.
Here.
Amy Petrosky.
Here.
Okay. Transcripts.
Hey, just gonna read off a couple of things. So in accordance with Mass General Law, we're required to let you know that this meeting is being recorded. We will begin with the public comment portion of the meeting. During that time, speak time is limited to about 3 minutes per person. If you have a topic for discussion that is not on tonight's agenda, please request that it be addressed at our next meeting. And please remember to be civil during public comment. So with that being said, is there anyone here that would like to have any public comment on any topic? Oops. Okay. So the first thing on the agenda is the meeting minutes from May 17th. I don't know, Amy, did you weren't there, but Beth,
She can vote though.
Yep. Did anyone get a chance to look at them? Do you have any questions, concerns?
I did. No questions or concerns here.
Amy, you all set?
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer to abstain unless you need me to vote.
Nope.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from the meeting on 5/17/2023.
I second that motion. All in favor, Maggie? Yes.
Beth, yes.
Amy, abstain.
Okay, so the next item on our agenda is a public hearing. So we need to close the Board of Health Department meeting and open the public hearing. Is it 5:40? No, we need,
No, and Mr. Butt just left again.
okay.
Oh, here he is. Admit.
I could
Okay.
make a motion to take the agenda out of order so we could start him at right on 5:40.
So, is that your motion?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was asking if that people were interested in that. Yeah, so I make a motion to move to the next agenda item.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, Maggie, yes.
Beth, yes.
Amy, yes.
Okay, so maybe what we can do is we have to officially approve our new health director, Allison Egan. Unfortunately, she could not attend tonight's meeting, but Beth and I did meet her last month, Amy. And she has been offered and accepted the job. She actually began June 20th. But she's on a vacation that had already been planned before she was hired.
Mm-hmm.
So we just, I don't know if you want to vote or not, Amy, since you didn't meet her. It's up to you, but I want to make a motion to say yes to hiring our new health director for Easthampton, Allison Egan.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, Maggie, yes.
Beth, yes.
Amy, yes.
All right.
Excuse me, it's Abdul. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
We still have 5 minutes. I don't know how much of the only other agenda item is update from the director. So I don't know how much time you need, Brian. We could maybe start that, and
I can
is it just the one topic, or?
Yeah, I can give you a general overview in the next few minutes. So,
Okay.
as you know, this is our busy time of the year, so we're super busy. In the middle of camp season, we have 10 camps this year. We've done permitted 3 so far, so we've got quite a bit to go. A lot of complaints currently, and we did recently have a foodborne illness that was confirmed that I will be investigating, but unfortunately haven't been able to because there's been some things that took priority. I've got a lot of housing coming over the next past week, where more particularly 140 Everett Street is recently became a city-owned property, and I was contacted by the city treasurer and the tax title attorney, and they wanted for me to conduct a housing inspection at this house. There is a woman living there currently. She has a history with the city and the Board of Health that was previously condemned due to animal hoarding and hoarding in general. So I went yesterday. The house we condemned the house. There's 10 plus cats in the house. So I've been coordinating with Westfield Animal Control and getting that all hammered out. So we rescued 9 total so far. So I've been dealing just with that. That's been the thing that's consumed me this week. So, but that's pretty much it for the update. Just besides just dealing with that and just busy, very busy.
Brian, where's the foodborne illness from?
So it's from Dynasty Gourmet. So Bridget stated that it was reported in Maiden that back in the end of May, they ate at Dynasty Gourmet. They were feeling ill, and then they later got diagnosed with Shigella. So that's been in. That was originally on my schedule to inspect yesterday afternoon, but unfortunately, the condemnation of the house and the cat situation has kind of consumed me for the past day and a half. But Dynasty Gourmet is where that individual ate. One of the places that individual ate that day.
So Shigella is something that is it's not food. I mean, it's foodborne, but it comes from a person. So there's someone at Dynasty Gourmet who's actively very sick.
Okay.
Is there anyone we could call in to go? Like,
I will squeeze it into my calendar tomorrow.
I don't mean to suggest that you should have gotten there already. So if that's how it's coming across, I apologize. I just mean, how can you're doing this alone and you have been for a while.
Yeah.
How can we get you resources? Is there someone from the partnership that we're part of that we could call in to help support you?
We could try our inspector, Chris Majewski. I do know that if she's not available, we do have the route of going Bree as well. She's already done inspections for us. She did it for Thunder in the Valley as like an independent contractor, and she invoiced us. So there is probably an ability to get some help. I just have to see who's available. I do know that the goal is, I know that they're actually, Bree was in the health department earlier today, and she stated, sorry, my cat. She stated that she was doing interviews for regional inspectors. So I know the goal is to eventually have regional inspectors to be able to help, but I think the only two people I can think of are Chris and Bree. Jackie might know somebody else that may be available.
Yeah, I don't know right now.
So maybe in the morning, Jackie, you could give a call to Chris or
Yep. I can text her.
or Bree, and because
She was
to
a state inspector, so she knows.
Yep. But to Amy's point, we probably need to try to do the best we can to address this situation.
Yeah, because if the food handle has that, it's not going away unless they get treated. So if they don't think that they have anything wrong with them, they are continuing to potentially shed this virus, this illness.
I just want to point out it's 5:41.
the Board of Health meeting, and then we have to open the public hearing. Thanks, Beth.
So I'll make a motion to hold the Board of Health meeting and open a new meeting for the public health hearing.
And it's 5:41 p.m. on
At
record.
5:41 p.m. Yep.
Do we have a second?
A second.
All in favor, Maggie, yes.
Beth, yes.
Amy, yes.
Okay. So this public hearing is,
Can we get Mr. Butt to unmute? Mr. Butt, can you unmute yourself? Can you hear us? Nope. Okay, there you
yes,
go.
I do.
Got
I
it.
do. Thank you.
so I just want to say that this public hearing is to address the Union Mark appeal of a fine and a permit suspension from April 16th, 2023 for tobacco compliance inspection with non-compliance found. So why don't you go ahead, Mr. Butt, and let us know.
Okay. I own different stores, and I received a letter from City of Easthampton on May 25th that my employee sells cigarette to the minor, and I do not have that much long video. So I asked my both employees, they refused it. They said no, they do not sell it. And I cannot find anybody, so I need a proof that who sell the cigarettes, who it was, and what time, and when did they, why they send me a letter almost 40 days later. There is no way. If I fire somebody, suspend somebody, or they are going to sue my company, and they are going to the court, I do not have any proof that who sell the cigarettes. So I cannot find anybody. So I need a proof, the person, who it was, he or she, and I need a picture that he or she sell the cigarette. And how old was the person who sold the cigarette to the person? Because I do not have any proof that who sell it, and nobody is admitting.
Donna, do you want to respond?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name's Donna Bowman. I'm the Tobacco Control Officer for the Pioneer Valley Tobacco Coalition. I've been an officer for the last 5 years. Just to be a brief on what our program does. All of our youth, our officers are properly trained through the state when conducting, on how to conduct a proper compliance check. And they also all have permission from their parents to do so. At the time of compliance or sign-our checks, youth officers are instructed to remove all items from their pockets, and that the only thing they can enter the store with is the cash given to them by me and a cell phone. And the reason we let them bring a cell phone in is in case they need assistance or there's a hostile environment, they can call me in. Youth officers are always instructed to tell the truth when they're asked their age or whether it is a compliance check. The officers are also, I stay outside the store and watch as the youth enters and exits the store. They come straight back to the vehicle. And then if there is a sale, we bag and tag the product when they come out. It's important. It's just important to note that the hearing is strictly about whether the sale took place or not, and anything else is really irrelevant to the hearing. With that said, it was the event took place on Sunday, April 16th at 2023 at about 1:47 p.m. The youth officer entered the store at Union Mart, located at 123 Cottage Street in Easthampton, with $20 bill and a cell phone. The youth asked the clerk, who was an adult female, for a pack of Marlboro Reds. The adult female behind the clerk behind the counter told the youth that she could not reach the Marlboro Reds, and if she came behind the counter, she could get them for her. The youth declined to go behind the counter and just told the clerk to give whatever she could reach. At that time, the clerk reached up and grabbed a pack of Marlboro Red Label, which is here, and sold them to the youth. The youth left the store with the pack of cigarettes. $6.75 change. So the cost of the pack of cigarettes was $13.25. When the youth comes back into the vehicle, we bag and tag it. So we put the date, the time, where it was purchased, the city it was purchased in, and a brief description of who was behind the counter. And that's how it went down. So if you have any questions on that, I can clarify a little more if you.
Yes, because that she said she will sell any cigarette. So can you have any proof that that person sell it? So I need a picture of that person who sold the cigarette.
Yeah, we don't take pictures. Yeah.
Mr.
So,
President,
but
if you need pictures of your store, we would suggest you put in a security camera. She's
no,
telling you what happened, and
I
she's an officer that is sworn in to do the job just like Brian does. So
Okay.
the inspection stands.
Okay, the thing is that even nobody has a recording 40 days. Maximum store has a 5 days, 7 days, or 10 days. I am getting a letter almost after 40 days. So there is no way anybody can watch video after 40 days. So why they send me the letter that late? If it was true, they should send me a letter right away. Why it take that long?
Donna, why did it take that long?
We, the Pioneer Valley does not send out the letters. It is sent, the information is sent to the local boards, the local health departments, and the local health departments are the ones who would send out the letter to the establishment.
And we discuss these things at our monthly meetings, Mr. Butt. So the delay would have been, I don't have the date that we discussed issuing the fine.
May
So
17th.
May 17th. So that's why there was a delay in the notification, because the board has to make a decision and vote on the decision.
Yeah, yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
The only other thing that I can say is because they have the date and the actual time that the sale occurred, that you could look at your staffing schedule and address the issue that way.
Yeah, but the thing is that there's a 2 employees were working that day. So nobody is admitting that. That's the big problem. I mean, I get a letter 40. If I fire somebody, they are going to sue me. So who is coming ahead if they are suing me? That, I do not have any proof. If I fire somebody, who will be responsible? Dana will be responsible.
It's your business, sir. It's your business.
Yeah, it's your decision whether you fire someone or give them a warning or do whatever you need to do. That's not part of our decision-making process.
So actually, then I think I have to go to court, because then court had to decide, because if I am not have any proof, if they want to sue $1 million, I cannot pay $1 million.
What you choose to do with your business is fine, but the fine stands. And is there a suspension for this one, Donna? The suspension of his
It was
permit?
a week suspension, I believe. Was
No,
it a week?
they said 3 days.
Oh, 3 days. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I appreciate it, whatever you can do, but I need a proof that who sell it. That's the problem. I need a proof. I cannot fire anybody. That is the main problem. If I fire somebody, they are going to the unemployment. And I need a.
Can I ask, do you have your employees have time cards, or do you have a schedule of the days they work?
There's 2 people were working, because I have a schedule. Somebody was work always on Sunday 7:30 to 2, and the other person worked 1 to 8. That is a problem.
But that's not, that's really on your burden to identify who it was. The Tobacco Coalition does not take photos. We don't ask they don't ask the person what their name is. They can only describe that it was a woman, but it's the bottom line is the fine of $1,000 still stands. The suspension for 3 days, that should have already happened.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's nothing else that we can do at this point.
So can you do me a favor? Can you send me in writing that, who sold the cigarette, then, if she is argument, then, I can send to the unemployment that she sells cigarette to the minor.
You have a letter for the hearing today. You have a letter of the fine. That's what we put in writing.
No, but I mean, if she's going on unemployment or if she's suing me, so how I can protect myself? That is the
Mr. Butt,
problem.
it sounds like you need an attorney. We're here to enforce the codes because selling cigarettes to minors is against the law in this state, and that's what we're doing. So what needs to happen with your employee or your unemployment is a problem that you need to handle on your own.
No, but I need a proof. That is my point. I need a proof from you guys that my employee sells cigarette to the minor. I need that proof. Who sell it? That I just need that thing,
We
I
sent
appreciate
we
it.
sent you a letter. That's the only proof. So if there's, that's it. That's all you're gonna get.
And that they will telling me that who sell the cigarette, the person,
We don't take
female.
we don't take the name and we don't take pictures.
No. Don't send me the picture or name, but just send me the letter that a female sell the cigarette. I will appreciate it. I just want to save myself.
Is that something that's, Donna, is that something that's public information? Like if you guys make an official compliance check and you find someone that's not in compliance, like is that accessible to the public or is that, do you know?
It's accessible to the boards of health and the health departments. They have a shared spreadsheet where they can see that these things are documented when they happen. And then it
Okay.
goes from there. So I would assume that that becomes public record.
And so are the minutes from this meeting where Donna gave testimony.
Correct.
It was sold at this time by a female in this place. So Mr. Butt, we can get you a copy of the approved minutes in July. At the July meeting, we can approve the minutes from this meeting and give you a copy.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much. I mean, I just want to save myself, if she's suing, that will be trouble for me, I mean,
Right.
I know that people can make a mistake. I agree with you, but I just want to save myself too, please. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll get you a copy, Jackie. You can send
Yeah.
him a copy of the approved minutes once they're.
That won't be until July, Mr. Butt. when we
Okay, no problem. And Brian, can I sorry, can I send you the check or I still have to wait till July?
I believe it's appropriate to send the check as soon as
Yes.
possible. Yeah. And I was actually going to ask the Board of Health members if you wanted to set a new date for the 3 days permanent suspension to begin.
I will appreciate it if you guys reduce it. I mean, I appreciate it.
Did you already do the 3-day suspension or not?
No.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Everything was skipped over. He didn't do it because of
Okay.
waiting for this appeal.
Got it.
Right.
Okay. Does somebody want to offer some dates?
I am going on vacation on the July 3rd and I will be back on August 1st or 2nd. So I don't know the next month. And I will appreciate it, just reduce our days to please 3 days instead of, 1 day instead of the 3 days. I appreciate it because it's a 60-70% revenue from the cigarettes. I appreciate it.
It's a state law. We don't have any ability to do. It's a law.
Yeah, but I think it's between 1 day to 7 days. That is the law. It's up to the members.
We
They
already
want-
voted on 3 days, so we're not going to
Yeah.
change.
I appreciate it, please.
Vision.
I appreciate it.
But we can change it to go up, I suppose, if we wanted to, but I don't think we would do less.
Right.
I appreciate it.
I believe the
I wish-
discussion, when we discussed this, we went with the absolute minimum
Right,
number of days that
right.
is, so I think I'm willing, if the board agrees to, postpone the suspension till when he gets back in August. I think, if you guys think that's appropriate, but I don't think we can change the days, the number of days.
Well, we could always do it before he leaves too.
I don't have time. Don't say that, please. My son is leaving on Sunday. I'm going to Boston. It's too much headache. Believe me.
Okay.
My
It's a
wife
headache
just
to selling to children. It's a headache to sell cigarettes to children, sir. That
totally.
causes illness, sickness, and death. A headache is is a kid getting sick and getting hooked on cigarettes for the rest of their life, not driving 2 hours across the state.
I totally agree with you. The problem is that there's nobody want to work. I mean, luckily, whatever the employee who have it, we are lucky. I mean, just ask Brian, does he have any worker over there? It's very hard. Nobody wants to work these days. I swear, I have a 3 stores and my all employee is going on vacation from tomorrow. They are coming back on Sunday. My son's supposed to leave last week, but he's leaving on Sunday because I do not have any help. I mean, I have a case. I have one 10 years old, one 14 years old, one 17 years old. I have my own kids. I don't smoke. They don't smoke. I don't want to they smoke. But the thing is that anybody can make a mistake. And somebody did it. So what can we do, you know?
So is this something that we can discuss now, or is in terms of when the suspension should start? Do we go back to the?
If public speak is done, then we can close public speak. You guys can confer, make your decisions, make a motion, and then we can close the hearing. But if you've listened to everything, we should close the public speak before you start, because there's no more back and forth after that.
Right. So let's do that.
Okay.
So
Mr. Butt, you'll need to mute yourself now.
Okay.
Okay.
Beth, okay. So is Amy still there? Yeah, she just
I'm
took
here.
her. So what do you guys think? He's going away from July 3rd to August 1st, so that's pretty much a month.
I mean, I don't.
FYI, information, when you have a suspension, my understanding is that all the materials need to leave the building, not just be stored in the back room. I don't know if, and then there has to be a compliance check. I don't know if Brian can do that right now.
Okay.
Well,
Just FYI information.
yeah.
What? 1 second.
You're not allowed to speak at this point, Mr. Butt?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we could do it if he comes back on August 1st. So he's going to need time to remove all the tobacco products from the store. Is that what you're saying, Jackie?
Yeah, they all have to leave the premises.
Okay. I don't know, August 1st is a Tuesday. He would need the time to remove all the products and store them off the premises. So we could either start it on a Friday or start it on Monday the 7th. Either Friday the 4th or Monday the 7th.
I mean, it doesn't matter. For Friday the 4th is fine with me. I don't really have a strong feeling about it.
Amy?
Yeah, I don't have a strong feeling of when it happens. And I think the coalition is able to do the compliance checks for us. So like, I know Brian is kind of swamped right now. So if we request for the Tobacco Coalition to do that for us, that they can help us.
Okay. So, I don't know, does somebody want to make a motion for dates for the suspension?
Sure. I'll make a motion to have the tobacco suspension for Union Mart be 3 days from August 4th through August 6th, 4/5/6, 2023.
A second?
I'll second that motion. All in favor, Maggie, yes.
Beth, yes.
Amy, yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Butt, your suspension will be starting August 4th through Sunday, the 6th, and you're able to reopen on August 7th.
Okay. Can I speak?
No, public speak is done.
Done.
Yep. Decision
Yeah.
is made.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because I still can sell that tobacco. Only cigarettes I cannot sell it. Right?
You have to remove all tobacco products from your store off the property for that suspension time. They can
Okay.
be turned on August.
Okay. So,
Brian will send out a letter to confirm the findings.
okay. Okay. And the other question, that's all. That-
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Butt.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, we want a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion.
Sure.
to close the Public hearing.
I will second that motion.
All in favor, Maggie, yes.
Beth,
Amy,
yes.
Brian, and
And-
you'll send out the letter, by the mid-July, so they have plenty of notice and.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
Okay.
So Brian, was there anything else that you needed to update as far as from the director?
I don't believe so. I was briefly looking at my calendar for tomorrow. I think I can squeeze in Dynasty for May. I can make that more of a priority.
Well, why don't you let Jackie see if anyone else can help?
I can text Chris tonight after I'm done here. I can send out a text. She'll usually, if she's in town, she'll respond by the end of the day or tomorrow morning.
Let's at least try that, and then if it's not going to work,
There is one thing I didn't think. So just a quick update. I'm not sure if any board members, if Maggie or if any board members are aware of this. So I believe the part-time health inspector position that was proposed in the budget originally is kind of either not happening or it's kind of up in the air right now. So it was taken out of the budget and before it went through city council. So it was never voted on. So I wanted to I talked to Bree a little bit this morning, and then so she was kind of giving me some updates. And when Allison gets back, I'll sit down with her and figure out, the validity of it, see if there's still a chance that position can get approved. But
so who took it out, Brian? Did it
I
get taken
have-
out at the finance committee?
Yep.
Or
I believe so, but to be honest with you, there really hasn't been much communication to me. So I really I don't know much more than what I'm telling you now.
so has anybody gotten in touch with? I think Dan Rist is still the chair of the finance committee.
Not
No.
from our office. Allison hasn't been in the office long enough yet to do anything about that, and nobody talks to Brian about it.
So, but I mean, I can email Dan. Who's on I'd have to look and see who's on the finance committee right now. Okay, I'll follow that.
Yeah, I really want to emphasize the true need for that part-time inspector, because of situations like this where I have condemnations and multiple housing and hoarding situations with animals, and then camps and foodborne illnesses, and unfortunately, I have to prioritize things and I have to put things back, and
Right.
and
And there's no breed to fall back on to help out.
Right, for now, yeah. And that
I'm
was
the only one with
for
inspection cert.
20 hours, right? The
I believe
position.
so, yes, yeah.
Okay. I'll send an email to Dan and the mayor and just try and find out what's going on with that. I'm surprised that nobody communicated. But that's the way it is. Okay. When is Allison back?
July 5th,
5th.
I believe.
Yep.
So she'll be back next Wednesday.
I'll CC
And
her on the email too.
are you guys aware that our nurse is leaving? Did we discuss that at the
Oh,
last
yes.
meeting?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brittany?
Bridget,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bridget.
why? What?
So I'm glad you brought that up, Jackie. Thank you. So yes, Bridget put her notice in about a week ago or so. Her last day is, I believe, the 5th.
The 5th,
The
yep.
day that Allison. Yeah, next week. Yep.
Where's she going?
Bay State.
Yeah, she's getting a
Full-time?
job in, like, I think the intensive care unit.
No.
No. But
She's
she has
doing
more of a stable job.
pre-op and post-op,
Okay.
and more money, stable hours, 3 days a week.
Yep. I know.
Nursing.
I'm in the
It's a
wrong
good
field.
gig.
Yeah, but
If you're a nurse, it's a good gig.
it is a good gig, but it can be tough too.
And the job hasn't been posted yet.
When did she give her notice?
At least, I think it's close to 2 weeks.
2
but
weeks, probably.
yeah.
Yeah. I was out sick that day, and she put her notice into HR. She didn't put her notice into me.
Right. Still, going forward, those are things to let me know in real time as best you can, whether through Jackie or it doesn't have to be you, Brian. Just so we can sort of start to think about a game plan.
She did send out an email where you CC'd on it. Okay,
Yep.
I'll send it out tomorrow to the 3 of you separately. And she goes into detail who's covering what to do, so forth and so on.
Okay.
Northampton is covering Maven. And then she's got the flu vaccine ordered already for the fall, and describes how you have the drive-through at the fire department, and then there's usually one at the senior center, Council on Aging. I'll send that out tomorrow.
All righty. And so have you heard from HR about that? Are they going to post the position? Has there been any communication with Emily?
No, I'm not sure. I don't know what Allison is communicating with. I know Allison, she took the reins of that last week. So
Okay.
yeah. So
Do you-
I haven't been in communication. I'm not involved with that anymore.
Okay. Got it. Is somebody starting to say something?
I was.
Go ahead.
Do we want to think about not hiring a nurse? to replace her and contracting greater services with Northampton. We avoid all the overhead. We can have a standardized structure that already is in place, and we can use some of that money to hire an inspector to help Brian. Like, we'll get it so much cheaper. Like, maybe we could then make an agreement with like the finance committee, like, hey, maybe we can save some money here on our nursing. Let's get, half of what we were supposed to get. And we contact Northampton and see if we buy our nursing services through you for full coverage for the city of Easthampton, what is it going to cost us? Because they already have all of the nurses, right? So, and they're not hired, they probably wouldn't hire more staff to do this.
Right. That's a good idea, actually, Amy. All right. I'll send an email to Emily just to find out what is going on. And I'll include that idea to the finance committee.
Well, let's see if it's an option first, because then they're going to say, fine, let's just cut your nurse. So, like, I don't know if we should, unless Northampton.
Yeah, true. We need
Yeah.
to call Northampton. So maybe what I'll do is I'll email Dan. Well, I'll wait to email anyone. When Allison gets back, I'll send her an email to contact me and we can talk about this. And then she can move forward if needed.
I think we should tell HR to hold off on moving.
Yeah.
If Brian's out of the loop, they need to hear from someone that we're not approving posting.
Yep. I'll email Emily. Okay. Great
Perfect.
idea. See? So glad you're here.
I was going to say that too.
Well, I was thinking about it.
Wait, maybe, Maggie, when you're talking to Northampton, maybe they'll want to sell us a part-time inspector, and it will save us money.
Well,
So,
try
Brian,
that.
what I know they're building up. We're going to get some inspectional services through the shared service arrangement, anyways. Like, that's already in the works for us to get inspectional services. They're staffing up to support the entire arrangement with some inspectional services. So they may say, yes, we can provide you services, but we can't do it until we staff up, because they're also trying to staff. But if there's a way to talk through, Brian, what were the hours supposed to be on that part-time employee?
I really don't believe there was like an official set hours. It was just 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was a
So-
benefit employee then.
Yes, it was, it was
Yes.
benefited. Yeah. That's why we made sure it was 20 so that it would be benefited to make it more appealing.
Right.
So that will be part of our negotiation with
Yeah,
the
We'd save
finance.
a ton just
That
because
we're-
of,
The overhead alone, what's that, 33% of a base salary on benefits? So I think it's worth setting up a conversation with Northampton, letting them know the situation we're in, and seeing the needs that we have are specifically for nursing and inspectional services, which they are massively hiring for anyways. We could get a cost, like, what if they're interested, like, what would that cost be? And then we go to the finance committee and say, we're saving you a lot of money. We just need the money up front to be able to buy these services somewhere else. And we could probably do the cost analysis with them.
so it's Northampton Greater Services.
No, it's Northampton. What's the name of the shared service arrangement, Brian? They just came up with a name.
Oh, goodness.
I can get it.
To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure.
Give me a minute. You'd want to talk to Meredith O'Leary.
Yeah.
Where's that? Hold on, I can get it. I can send it to Jackie. It's going to take me a minute to pull it up.
Okay. That's fine. And I'll start drafting an email to Allison. I'm glad she's back. So she'll be back next Wednesday. So that's good.
Yep.
Maggie, if you want me to take a look at a draft email that we'll send
Yeah.
to Northampton,
That would be great.
I think I'm allowed to do that because we're not deliberating. I'm allowed to look at an email draft, right?
Maybe Maggie can send it to one of us and then we can send it to you, just so that there's no,
Yeah.
that wasn't covered in any of my trainings. We didn't get that.
If Maggie sends you an email and you send it to me and we discussed any business, it would still be a violation of the open meeting law.
Right.
But
You know what? Let me just start with sending an email to Allison. I'll blind CC you and Beth and Brian. Well, Brian doesn't have to be blind, and Jackie. And we'll start with that. And I'll let her know that you're kind of the expert on this, Amy. And so she can tap you and me for help.
I can, we do it like during a break that I have at work, I can sit in on a meeting with Northampton.
Oh,
Or
okay.
help facilitate some of those discussions if she wants. I mean, Northampton's either going to say yes or go take a hike. I mean, really, I don't.
Yeah. But we have to try, right?
Yeah.
If we don't, then we'll never know. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. I know that the finance committee would love it.
And I'm not usually one for like getting rid of staffing if we can, but I think the future and all the money that's coming from the state is to look at this type of model. And
Yeah.
I think the more we can enshrine ourselves in this kind of model, not only is it going to get us the services we need now, but as we're better able to deliver these services, it will get us in a really great standing for more state resources to the community.
Right. And Liz is not going anywhere, right? She's
She's pregnant and will be leaving. She's got twins. So she'll be, I'm assuming, by mid-August.
okay.
So yeah, it's going to be Brian and me and Allison.
Well, Allison. Okay. Damn. I did want to ask real quick, Brian, is she involved with that 140 Everett Street?
Yeah. And
Okay.
Liz, yes, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, she was at the house yesterday, and she's been actively involved with it. So yeah, me and her have been kind of coordinating with each other. I work with her all the time.
Is she wearing a mask?
She didn't go in the house. I did. Yeah, she stayed away. She was in the driveway, far away. I am because with Kath, I know she's not supposed to be anywhere near that with her being pregnant. So, but yeah, me and her, we have dealing with this one, and I just had another 2 hoarding complaints come by me this week as well. So me and Liz are going to be busy, and then when Liz leaves, it'll be I'll continue to be busy. So so that's kind of why I'm kind of swamped right now, because I'm in the middle of camps, and all of a sudden I'm getting hoarding complaints, and I have a lot of trash complaints, and and various other stuff.
Well, we're sort of going back to the beginning, aren't we?
That's exactly what Bree said today.
All right.
FYI, Maggie, I sent you the email from Bridget. Beth, I sent it to a Gmail address for you. I don't know if that's legit. Amy, I don't think I have one, so I'll find an email for you, or if you send me an email, I'll forward it back to you.
What are you forwarding me an email for?
The
Bridget,
email from Bridget that
letter.
just what she's doing and what services.
I can just forward it to her. I have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it, Jackie. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
That's enough.
Yeah, that's more than enough. All right. Do we want to make a motion to adjourn our meeting? So the next meeting is July 18th, whatever day of the week. It's a Wednesday, I guess. So hopefully we can all make that work. I'll just be coming back from a 2-week vacation.
Did you say July 18th?
July 18th is a Tuesday.
I'm just reading what's on the agenda. It says July 18th.
July 18th is a Wednesday.
That's a typo on my part then, because I think I originally scheduled for the 18th, but then
yeah, so it'll be the 19th.
19th. Okay.
19th, yeah. So I apologize.
Okay.
Okay, that's all right. All right. Let's wrap it up, kids.
I'll make a motion to end today's Board of Health meeting at 6:21 p.m.
A second.
All in favor, Maggie, yes.
Beth, yes.
Amy, yes.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.